Did you know you might be spending way more than you should on your plane ticket? And that's not all, you could also be missing out on exclusive deals, hidden perks, and even VIP access at no extra cost. All simply because you don't know a few tricks that almost no one takes the time to share. But don't worry, because in this video you're going to learn about all the advantages available for people over 60. Stick around until the end, because what you're about to discover could save you a good amount of money and completely change the way you travel. Episode 1: Hidden Flight Deals for Travelers Over 65. Very few people know this, but there are exclusive fares for people over 65 that can cut the price of a plane ticket by up to 50%. The catch? This discount isn't published on any website. Airlines prefer to keep it quiet, as it represents a loss for them. However, if you call the airline directly, like American Airlines, Delta, United, or even some Latin American carriers, and ask, "Do you offer special rates for passengers over 65?" you might be surprised by the answer. Just imagine this: a ticket that usually costs $500 could end up costing you only $250. That difference could mean a better hotel room, a luxurious dinner, or even the chance to take another trip. And in places like Mexico and Argentina, the benefits are even better. There are special programs that offer free or heavily discounted domestic flights for senior citizens. You just need to show an ID that proves your age and ask the right question. Episode 2: Skip the security line, for free. Have you ever found yourself waiting in the airport security line for more than 40 minutes? We've all been there, rushed people, taking off shoes, endless checks. But there's a way to skip all that chaos, and the best part: it costs nothing. Many airports in the US, Europe, and Latin America offer priority access to travelers over 60. The trick is simple: you just have to ask for it. Staff won't mention it on their own, but if you approach them and say something like, "I'm over 60, may I use the priority line?" there's a good chance they'll let you through. In countries like Mexico and Argentina, this benefit is even supported by law. Picture this: while other passengers are stuck in line, you're already on your way to the boarding gate, no shoes off, no stress. All thanks to a simple question. Episode 3: Extra luggage at no extra cost on international flights. Here's a little-known benefit: if you're over 60, some international flights let you bring an extra suitcase at no cost. That's right, no extra fees. But there's a catch: you have to ask about it at check-in. Several airlines like Air France, British Airways, or Lufthansa offer this perk internally, but they don't advertise it publicly. Why? Because if it were on their website, everyone would want to use it. So they keep it as a hidden benefit, only available to those who specifically request it. How should you ask? When you get to the counter, you can say, "I'm over 60 and I've heard that some airlines allow an extra bag for seniors at no extra charge. Do you offer anything like that?" If the airline provides it and the agent is flexible, you'll get the benefit with no issues. Whether it's an extra bag or increased weight allowance, the savings are real. Episode 4: Get a more comfortable seat without paying extra. Imagine you're about to board a long flight. As you walk through the first few rows of economy class, or past the spacious seats near the emergency exit, you notice several of them are empty. They offer more legroom, better rest, and it's easier to stand up during the flight. Wouldn't you rather sit there than be squeezed between two strangers in a cramped seat? Here's what few people know: if you're over 60, you might be able to sit in one of those seats without paying a single extra penny. Yes, it's possible. Many airlines allow their staff to reassign these more comfortable seats to senior passengers if there's availability. But here's the key: you have to ask for it, because they won't offer it unless you do. The best time to make the request is during check-in, either at the airport counter or even online, if there's a chat or support option. You can simply say, "I'm over 60, is there any chance I could be assigned a more comfortable seat at no extra cost?" If there's no availability at that moment or you don't get a clear response, don't give up. Once you're inside the plane, approach a flight attendant and politely ask again. Many times, if those seats are still empty when the doors close, they'll be happy to move you. This small upgrade can make a huge difference in your trip: more space, less discomfort, better rest, and fewer aches and pains, especially on longer flights. It's not a trick, nor is it a special favor. It's a legitimate option that often goes unused simply because most people don't know about it. And just like many things in life, if you don't ask, you don't get. So next time you travel, remember this, and don't be afraid to ask. Your comfort is worth it. Episode 5: Secret Discounts at Airport Restaurants. We all know how expensive food can be at airports. Prices are usually far above normal, and for many travelers, especially those over 60, it can feel like an unnecessary and frustrating expense. But what you probably didn't know is that there's a very simple way to save money, even though very few people take advantage of it. In many airports across the US, Europe, and even Latin America, some food outlets offer special discounts for seniors, ranging from 10% to 15%. The problem? They almost never advertise it. You won't see signs, banners, or anything at the register. It's a silent benefit that only activates if you ask for it. The key is asking just one question when you're about to pay. Do you offer any discounts for seniors? More often than not, the answer will be a simple yes, followed by a smile and an immediate price reduction. In many cases, you don't even need a special card, just mentioning it is enough. Sometimes, they might ask for an ID to verify your age, but that's all. The important thing is, it works, and no one will tell you unless you bring it up. This small gesture can lead to real savings, on a meal, a drink, or even just a coffee while you wait for your flight. And if the answer is no, you lose absolutely nothing by trying. So next time you're at an airport, don't assume everything is overpriced and non-negotiable. More often than not, there are hidden benefits waiting to be discovered, and all it takes is knowing they exist, and daring to ask. Episode 6: Free Travel Insurance with Your Credit Card. Many older adults believe that to be protected while traveling, they need to purchase additional insurance, which, in many cases, can be expensive. But what most people don't realize is that there's a completely free alternative, as long as you know how to use it. If you're over 60 and you buy your plane ticket using certain credit cards, like Visa Infinite, MasterCard Black, or even some Platinum versions, you might already have free travel insurance coverage. This often overlooked benefit can include medical assistance abroad for illness or accidents, compensation for flight cancellation or delays, protection against lost or stolen luggage, legal support or emergency medical evacuation if needed. But there's one crucial detail: this insurance does not activate automatically. Even if you paid with the right card, if you skip one key step, you won't be covered. So, what should you do? Call your credit card's customer service as soon as possible after purchasing your ticket. Request activation of the travel insurance associated with your card. Ask them to send you the policy, coverage certificate, and emergency contact numbers via email or regular mail. This simple step can make a huge difference if anything unexpected happens while you're away. Having international medical coverage without spending an extra cent gives you not only peace of mind but also a valuable financial advantage. So before you pay for independent travel insurance, check if your card already offers it. Sometimes, the most valuable benefits don't come with obvious labels, they come with the right information, and a timely phone call. Episode 7: Free Access to VIP Lounges. Picture this: you arrive at the airport with plenty of time, only to find out your flight has been delayed. The terminal is noisy, the seats are hard and uncomfortable, and you're surrounded by people constantly coming and going. You're tired, and all you want is a quiet place to relax, have a coffee, charge your phone, and wait in peace. Now imagine this instead: you're seated in a comfy armchair, holding a warm drink, with free snacks at your fingertips, fast Wi-Fi, power outlets everywhere, clean bathrooms, and even showers available in some cases. And the best part? You didn't pay a dime for it. Even though it sounds like a privilege reserved for first-class passengers or frequent flyers, the truth is, this kind of access is sometimes available to older travelers too, as long as they know to ask for it. In major airports like Miami, Madrid, Buenos Aires, or Mexico City, there have been many cases of senior passengers granted free access to VIP lounges, especially during long layovers, extended delays, or uncomfortable situations. If airline staff sees that you're a senior traveler with a long wait ahead, they may offer access as a courtesy. But here's the catch: if you don't ask, it's unlikely anyone will offer it. This benefit isn't announced, it doesn't appear on the website, and you won't see it written anywhere. It's a hidden possibility, activated only when you speak up. That's why, when you arrive at the airport or check-in counter, don't hesitate to politely say, "Is there any chance I could access the VIP lounge, considering my age and the long wait for my flight?" Often, if the staff is kind and there's space available, you'll receive an invitation. In other cases, even if there's no formal agreement with the lounge, they might offer a special pass, a courtesy, or a more comfortable waiting option. You have nothing to lose by asking. And if you're lucky enough to get a yes, your entire airport experience could transform. In the world of travel, true privilege isn't always about what you pay, it's about what you dare to ask for. Episode 8, Priority Boarding at No Extra Cost. Among the small hidden perks that many older adults are unaware of when traveling, there's one that can make a big difference in the airport experience: priority boarding, without having to pay extra for it. If you've flown in recent years, you probably know how exhausting the boarding process can be. Standing in line, surrounded by noise, watching as groups are called one by one while passengers rush to board and find a good spot for their carry-on luggage. For an older person, this situation can be not just uncomfortable, but also stressful. What many don't know is that there's a way to avoid this unpleasant moment. Several airlines allow passengers over the age of 60 to board before the rest of the passengers, even if they have an economy class ticket. It's not a privilege reserved only for those who pay more. It's a courtesy that many airlines offer as part of their customer care policies for older adults, though they rarely announce it publicly. How can you access this benefit? It's easier than you might think. All you have to do is approach the boarding gate and ask a simple question. Is there priority boarding for older adults? In most cases, the answer will be yes. Airport staff will let you board with the first groups, or even before them, especially if you're traveling alone or need a bit more time to settle comfortably into your seat. This advantage allows you to board calmly, choose your spot without rushing, and secure space in the overhead bins for your carry-on before they fill up. It's important to note that this benefit is often not announced over the loudspeaker. It won't be mentioned during the boarding process, and only those who know about it and ask for it directly can enjoy it. In other words, it's not an automatic right, but an option that's available to those who politely and confidently request it. There's also no need to pay for a priority pass or book a higher class. This kind of assistance is designed precisely to make travel more comfortable for those who, due to age, might need a little more time and space. The key is to be informed and know that this support is there for you. So next time you fly, don't hesitate to ask. Sometimes, a small gesture like that can completely transform your travel experience, giving you peace of mind from the very start. Episode 9, Refunds for Non-Refundable Tickets Due to Health Reasons. One of the most common fears among travelers, especially older adults, is losing the money spent on a non-refundable plane ticket in case of a medical emergency or unexpected health issue. Many people believe that if a ticket is non-refundable, there's nothing they can do. But today, I want to share something very few people know, something that could make a big difference if you're over 60. Some airlines allow full refunds for non-refundable tickets due to medical reasons, as long as you provide the proper documentation. How does this special policy work? Although it's not published on websites or listed in general terms of sale, many airlines, especially in Europe, the US, and Latin America, offer this discreet exception as a show of flexibility and respect toward older passengers. Specifically, if you're unable to fly due to a real and verifiable health condition, you can request a refund for your ticket. Most of the time, all you need is an official medical certificate clearly stating that you are unable to travel. A formal written request to the airline explaining your situation. Contacting the airline as soon as possible to begin the process. This procedure doesn't automatically guarantee a refund, but in many cases, airlines will honor it and return all or part of the ticket cost, especially if the passenger is an older adult or someone with a serious medical condition. Important: don't expect to find this option listed in the terms and conditions. It's not published or offered automatically. It's a hidden benefit that only becomes available when you explicitly request it and provide the required documentation. What's the takeaway? Don't write off your money without exploring all your options first. If a health issue arises that prevents you from traveling, act quickly, talk to your doctor, get a certificate, and contact the airline to explain your case. In those moments, your well-being is the top priority, and protecting your investment is also part of taking care of yourself. Airlines can be more understanding than you might expect, especially if your case is well documented. So now you know, next time you book a flight, remember that even if your ticket says non-refundable, there is a door open for older adults facing medical emergencies. And that door can give you more than your money back. It can give you peace of mind and dignity in difficult times. Episode 10: Special Cases for Carrying Liquid Medications and Syringes. Let's now talk about a topic that concerns many older travelers: bringing medications while traveling. We know that current regulations on carrying liquids through airports are usually very strict. In most cases, passengers are not allowed to carry containers larger than 100 milliliters. This applies to perfumes, creams, and any other liquid. In addition, sharp objects like syringes are also restricted for safety reasons. However, there is an important exception that many people are unaware of. If you need to carry liquid medications or syringes for medical reasons, you are allowed to do so, even if the volume exceeds 100 milliliters or the items might be considered sensitive from a security standpoint. The key is documentation. All you need is a medical prescription or certificate that clearly justifies the need to carry these items with you. This document must be issued by a healthcare professional and, preferably, written in English if you're traveling abroad, to avoid misunderstandings with security agents. In airports across Europe, the United States, Latin America, and other parts of the world, security officers are authorized to allow the transport of such items when there is a real medical need. So, it's best not to try to hide these items or worry about being questioned. What should you do? Carry your medications in their original, properly labeled containers. Keep your medical prescription or clinical report in an easily accessible place. Inform the security agent that you're carrying medication and show the documentation without fear. Episode 11: How to Travel with a Companion Without Buying an Extra Seat. Here's an additional benefit that not many people know about: some airlines offer older travelers the chance to fly next to a companion, whether it's a family member or an assistant, and request adjacent seats without paying extra for it. Did you know that? This advantage is especially valuable on long flights, where having someone by your side can make a big difference. However, just like the other benefits we've mentioned, this service is not provided automatically. You need to request it during the check-in process or, if you prefer, in advance by phone. You can say something like, "Due to my age, I'm traveling with a companion and would like to know if it's possible for us to sit together without extra charges." Several airlines offer this option as part of their accessibility and special assistance policies for senior passengers. Episode 12: Benefits from Government Programs and Exclusive Cards. Finally, it's important to remember the advantages offered by government programs and special cards, like INAPAM in Mexico or PAMI in Argentina. These IDs provide access to discounts not only on air travel but also on accommodations, ground transportation, restaurants, and even museum and park entry. Whenever you're traveling within your country or around Latin America, be sure to carry these cards with you and ask airlines, travel agencies, or tourism companies if they honor these discounts. In many cases, you can get discounts ranging from 20% to 50% just by presenting your card. This is a benefit you're entitled to, but one that often goes unused due to lack of information. Now you know. Traveling after 60 is not only possible, it can also be more affordable, comfortable, and rewarding if you know exactly what to ask for. From reduced fares to free VIP lounge access, priority boarding, extra luggage, authorized medications, included insurance, and even rare refund opportunities. It's all closer than you think. All it takes is one small step: ask the question. Don't let airlines or airports take away what's already yours by right. And if you know an older person who travels frequently, don't hesitate to share this video, because together, we can make flying fairer and more comfortable for those who truly deserve it. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and activate the notification bell, because here, you'll always find practical tips to save money and improve your everyday life.